Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. God bless you, my friends. Thank you kindly, dearly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for spending some of your time with me. It means a lot. And even if you agree with me or disagree with me or whatever, I am really loving the conversation about these topics that I am trying to shine a light on. Mortal Kombat 1 is political propaganda. Mortal Kombat 1 is not a game. There is barely any game within it. People defending Combat League, cameo system, gameplay. I fail to see your arguments, and most of the time, even when you do try to make an argument, you just end up calling me names. Yeah, I've been called a number of things in these recent months. It's a good thing it's nothing worse than what my mother calls me on a daily basis. So I'm quite okay with it. But I think it's hilarious that people are really wearing these rose-colored glasses, and yes, all the references and puns intended to communist times, but people are wearing rosy-colored glasses, rosy-tinted glasses, and they're looking at this game like it's a good thing. How can this game be a good thing when it's trying to push political ideas into your mind to rewrite what it means to be man or woman, what it means to be gay, lesbian, or trans? Like, these basic things are being challenged within the roster design, and I've been calling it out for months. I hated it even before the game came to release. I hated these girls. They look so average, manly, ugly. I hated these dudes because they're also ugly. They're all just femmy, gay twinks. And, I might have been called a twink, a couple of times in my past. But I don't need a whole roster of gay twinks. Where is the diversity? For a company that prides itself on this corporate policy of ESG, DEI, where is the diversity? Because everyone's Asian and gay and lame. Why are they all Asian? And what? Why are they all Asian? Why are they all gay? Why are they all lame? Ask the questions. And I'm glad that people, even the people who disagree with me, are asking questions like, do I agree with Jaded Rabbit? Like, is he a man-child? Is he an ist? Is he a she? Damn it, I'm still getting comments like, you sound gay. Like, what do I need to do? This is not about me. We are talking about the game. So there is truly no diversity on this roster. You have a bunch of Asian superheroes and white devils. But people don't want to hear it. What do you think Shao Kahn is? He literally has devil horns coming out of his head. And he's an angry white guy. He's the white devil. Anyways, people don't want to see it. I'm just calling it like it is. This is how it is. Call a spade a spade. You've got manly ladies, which are a bastardization of the real world characters. Same goes for, what happened to Geras? Geras lost muscle mass. He lost weight. He went on Naked and Afraid, and he got starved for 21 days. This is what happened to Geras. Also, they put him on steroids and hormones because he's much puffier compared to his real-world counterpart. So they are erasing things of what it means like to be feminine or womanly. And they're also erasing what it means to be manly. And I don't know how people aren't seeing this, how people are just so willing to go along with the character design in this game when it's wholly lackluster, Right? Like, I mean, if we just want to do a quick compare contrast, you know me, I love a compare contrast. Street Fighter 6 roster images. Can we get a picture of the entire roster? Oh, this looks good. Yeah, okay, so this illustrates the point. Look, you have burly men like Ken or Zangief. Where's Zangief? Here we go. Burly men. Even JP. And then you might have like a more slimmy one or twinky one like Jamie. You don't need the whole roster to be twinks. Just one is fine. I'm okay with that. But like you've also got where is he? Like, fat assy Honda, right? Like you got sexy fat ass, and they put him next to the ascetic one. Yeah, super skinny. Look at that waist. You could wrap your thumb and forefinger on both hands around his waist, and there'd still be room. Dalsim is so skinny. But other games that aren't infected by this woke leftist ideology, which is what Mortal Kombat 11 is. Jax Briggs said it. He said, get woke. No, go back to sleep. I'm going back to sleep. I don't want to get woke. No, thank you. But look, other games. Look at other games. Look beyond what you're playing and see that there is a world beyond the gay twinks and manly ladies. And I know some people want to say, yes, Sindel has good design, Melina, Natara. Okay, Melina's probably the prettiest girl on the roster. But I have said before, she has teeth up here and teeth down there. Teeth up. She's a monster. How attractive can she be? Are you putting your D in a monster? Anyways, so another one that I get here is like Sindel. And I will say, besides the face, you know, she's busty, but you know, the same like model and shape of female is appearing on every character besides Ashra, who has little titties. But Sindel got big titties. But Sindel's wearing a hooker outfit. Can we call it what it is? It's ugly. This is the kind of thing you'd see on a cheap lady of the night in a bad part of the town. Have you ever come across these ladies? And you might see them at 6 a.m. inside of a 7-Eleven. And you're like, I'm just trying to get gas. Please let me go. But yeah, there are these situations. Yeah, right. What's going on? But the real travesty here is that young men, the Gen Z men, are being conditioned into accepting A, white is bad. White is the devil. B, masculine is bad. Masculine is the devil, right? Because, I mean, you get the epitome of both in Shao Kahn. No longer is he a monster of nondescript origin. He's fully a white dude. He's like a Viking. He has horns. Please elaborate further. Please elaborate further on how I'm wrong. Because I don't see it. But yeah, very interesting, because what it means is that this is very much in line with Dominic Cianciolo's idea. Who is the story director, the voiceover director? He plays a large part in the character design because he's saying what these characters are doing. So gone are the days of having like super masculine men. All of the men look the same. You know, put a brown bag over their head. They're all the same. What is the difference? So this is the ideal for male beauty standards in 2023. Everyone sort of has to have this like mid-sized body frame. You're not allowed to be a fat ass like Honda, and you're not allowed to be super skinny like Dalsim. right? Like, this is American male beauty standards. And you know what else is beautiful? Not white. Because if you're white, you're dumb, like Johnny Cage. Vanity. When are we ever going to get a good representation of Johnny Cage besides 1995? Because in MKX, he was too serious. In MKL, he was dumb. He was dumb. Especially young Johnny Cage. He was super dumb. And his whole entire chapter highlighted how dumb the time mechanics of MK11 time travel were. Right? Because Johnny sees a bullet graze, old Johnny sees a bullet graze young Johnny face, and then he gets the scar. But then they proceed to beat each other up. Like, what does the story's stupid. So I think like what you really get here is like Liu Kang. He is the epitome of masculinity. Where? Tell me where. Where is this drag queen the epitome of masculinity? I've seen drag kings bringing more masculinity than Liu Kang with this soft face. This young go-go stripper attire. Like, where? Where? He's not ripped. He's just average. This is average. So, like, average, but, you know, it requires a lot of, like, working out at the gym. Like, gay twink average. That's a lot of work to be a gay twink. Compared to, like, average straight dudes, I guess. But, yeah, being an average gay twink, you're at the gym, like, what, 4, 5 times a week? In between S and the D? You know, you're doing your Pilates or whatever the hell you do at the gym. Like, this is a lot. It's a lot. So, yeah, this is unfortunate that the new generation, the people like Sonic Fox, the pro sports players, this is what they're being exposed to. This is what the companies are paying them to enjoy. And of course, they're going to shill for this kind of stupid stuff. They're being paid for it. They don't care about having super masculine or super feminine things because that fits their political ideology. And you know how I know? You know how I know? Where's the tab? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Because this is what I read in the comments from the people who try to defend this. They say, so good-looking females and hegemonic masculine guys are requisites for a game to be considered good. I didn't even know what hegemonic masculine meant until this person left this comment. I'm not going to say it's a prerequisite, but definitely looking at big boobies helps everyone. Everyone. It helps everyone. But you don't need a roster of gay twinks entirely. So I look up hegemonic masculinity. What the hell is this? Hegemonic masculinity is defined as a practice that legitimizes men's dominant position in society and justifies the subordination of the common male population and women and other marginalized ways of being a man. What the fuck? Have you ever heard more of this? I've never heard this before. God damn it. Why can't people just be people? Why do we have to apply labels like hegemonic masculinity? And of course, it's some gender studies nerd who came up with this bullshit. Can we accept that there are fundamental differences between dudes and chicks? Like, this has been the way of life for thousands of years. But suddenly, in this era where things no longer mean things, like you have men and non-men. These are the categories that exist in the world in some leftists' minds. That it's men versus non-men. What the fuck is a non-man? So women? People are so crazy. God damn it. And they're making up, of course, it's Marxist theory. Of course, it's fucking Marxist. As a sociological concept, the nature of hegemonic masculinity derives from the theory of cultural hegemony by hegemony from Marxist theorist Antonio Gramsci. Like I said, all of this shit has roots in communism. Can we accept this? Communism wants to destroy the idea of gender and attraction within the population so that people serve the government, serve the system, serve the greater good of the proletariat. That is what the Communist Manifesto said. I don't understand. It's so ridiculous. So when we have comments like this popping up to me, I'm like, oh, you're fucking communist. Yeah. Great. I think this is a problem. Like, this guy is saying MK community is effed up. I think this is a problem beyond just MK. This is a problem of our whole society where we are going to now, unfortunately, where people wish to erase what it means to be women and men in the name of effing Marxism. It's always coming back to that. Why is it always coming back to that? It's unfortunate, but it's true. It's in effing black and white on Wikipedia. Oh my word. But yeah, like I was saying, like, people don't want to acknowledge that there are fundamental differences between man and woman. Have you ever seen Naked and Afraid? I've seen a bunch of it, as you can see. I love Naked and Afraid because they're fucking naked. But they're put into a survival situation for 21 days in some wilderness without intervention unless it's medical. And these people have to, usually the first trials are like, start your fire, get clean water, build a shelter, find food. These are the priorities. And typically the men in the show are the ones who are like the hunters. The women's are like designing the shelters. Typically, a lot of the women who go on this show are like, I'm vegan. And then they become meat eaters at the end. Or they're like, I'm a strong, independent woman. And then come day 15 and it's cold and wet and they want to snuggle with the dude to stay warm. Like, it's a great show. You should watch it. Look, I've seen all of it. Do you understand how great it is? It's really a great show. Wonderful because it comes from WB Discovery. I'm looking forward to the day when they merge HBO and Discovery, and then I can get it all. Hopefully for the low, cheap price of Discovery Plus. But whatever. Anyways, so I think, like, the leftists, the wokies, the Gen Z, I don't think they've ever seen shows like this. Unfortunately, where it shows like men and women at their literal barest surviving the elements. Here you really see what it means to be man and what it means to be women. And for some reason, well, not for some reason, $4, NRS has went away with any typical definition of normal masculinity and femininity, appealing to people like this who leave me comments about hegemonic masculinity. What? So I'm grateful that I am still learning from these people who disagree with me, because it's interesting to see where they're coming from and how it's rooted in Marxism. Great. Okay. All right. Fabulous. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Do you think Liu Kang's super mask, is he mask for mask? Typically, those mask for mask guys on Grindr, they're bottoms. Sean, Elf is my favorite movie. Aww. It's with that, like, big guy with the curly hair. I forget his name. Anchorman? I think he was in Anchorman. Oh, I don't know. Well, let's look up Elf. I think it is the big guy. Yeah, that's him. Curly hair. Okay, interesting. Yes, it's a very good Christmas movie. Although, I guess if I have to choose Christmas movie, I'll take like Home Alone. I remember that was being hilarious. Hello, Just Drew. Leo, OMG, emojis. Hey Fox. Godwa Boy, please release another song. I will put it together as J Rabbit's hits. And yes, I agree with you about MK1 political propaganda. It's bullcrap. You want more songs? LOL. I make those songs because it's people's birthdays. I give them as birthday gifts. If you want a birthday gift from me, join the fam. Swish. OMG, Swish, you remember your last gift? I still remember your song. It's great. I can't imagine anyone that isn't let down by this game in some way. Just need a sprinkle of twinks, yes. Yeah, you know what's sad though is that some people see the problem starting and ending with monetization. And I know that that is the main idea that's being presented to the public about Mortal Kombat 1, as we saw yesterday with the Gaming Bolt video, where they talked about MK1 being heavily monetized out the wazoo. Yes. But I feel like people are failing to see gameplay bad, gameplay unbalanced, gameplay untested, character design crap, man and woman confusing. Yeah, all of these things. Okay, Crushing Bro, MK Ryu, TGC Monkey. I like stuff. Woodrow. Thank you. God bless you. Godwa Boy, where's Nightwolf? Where's my native representation? Here in Canada, we have like Métis, and I may or may not have been involved with a Métis person. So I would have loved to have seen, more native representation. This is a spit in the face. This is not cultural diversity. This is the Asian superhero movie with white people as the villain. And if there is another race like Rain or Tanya, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Like, that hair don't make sense. No. Rain, he's supposed to be Indian. How is he Indian? Do we talk about ethnicity? Do we talk about our people, our heritage, like we used to with Nightwolf? Unfortunately, in the world that we're going to, Nightwolf will be censored. There is no more Nightwolf. We can't talk about it. We just can't even have him. Screw representation. You have your Asian superheroes. Be happy with that. Right? Rip off Street Fighter. Great. When entertainment is trying to represent things too much and its politics weren't on the sleeve, then it's clear the party is over. Yeah, like the problem here is that when there is no game, had there been game, I would have been maybe willing to overlook things. I definitely overlooked stuff in MK11 because there was so much game. But looking back on it, it's like, what the hell? What the hell was happening in MK11? They even tell us, get woke. Go get woke. No, I'm going back to sleep. 45 viewers, let's get some more likes. Yes, please, leave some likes. It really helps out, even the dislikes. It all helps out. Okay, so, let's continue onwards and upwards here. We've sort of forgotten what it means to be masculine. I do recommend watch Naked and Afraid. It's really good. But having these characters like Katana being seduced by the gay twink, none of this is believable. But this is trying to present an idea to the young Gen Zs. In order to be attractive to a female with a bad nose job, you have to look like a young gay twink, i.e. work out 4 to 5 times a month and maybe 4 to 5 times a week and maybe be bisexual. God damn it. And if you're white, you better know you're at the bottom of the ladder. This is what this game is telling us. And I think how did they animate that? This is terrible representation of straight relationship as well, too. Like, why is it so disgusting? It's kind of giving me Cruel Intentions, Sarah Michelle Gellar kissing her stupid friend. Do you remember that scene? It's so weird. Yeah, this is just so weird, and I would never classify Liu Kang as the epitome of masculine, but he's the only one who gets action on this roster. Not even Johnny Cage, who is a cuck, by the way. His wife goes F other guys and leaves him because he refuses to grow up. Yeah, what does this say about the white people? I'm surprised more people don't see this. I'm not white. I don't care. I'm just calling it out for what it is. Whether it's right or wrong, people should see what this is. It's political. It's definitely political. Get your political shit out of my game. So I think a great example of how masculinity has been removed from Mortal Kombat is Sub-Zero, and shout out to whoever told me Sub-Zero was a daddy, because I did some research. Yes, he was a daddy. But it's really surprising to see the creation of Sub-Zero change so much from what we have now in the game. Bah? Crazy? Okay, so this is another Wikipedia entry. It says here Sub-Zero was first conceived by Mortal Kombat co-creator John Tobias as a mystery character named simply Ninja, and inspired by the book China's Ninja Connection by Li Xing, which posits historical evidence for the existence of the Lin Kuei and their influence on the Japanese ninja. I was aware of there being some controversy about the author's claims, so when we split the character in two for palette swaps, I thought it would be fitting if one was Chinese and one was Japanese. So he's supposed to be like a ninja, and this was not created by Ed Boon. Ed Boon did shit. Please note that Ed Boon did shit. John Tobias created the concept of Sub-Zero. There's sources. Go read the sources. But always, his appearance has primarily been by non-Asian actors. Sub-Zero have primarily been portrayed or voiced by non-Asian actors. And the game actually tried to explain why Sub-Zero was looking so white is because he is of mixed heritage. And I love this question. This is something that's been going on for years. For 4 years. About the race swap of Sub-Zero. I think now it's gone even further because now we've gender swapped Sub-Zero. But yeah, things are constantly being shifted within this Mortal Kombat lore and mythology, which is sad because, unfortunately, we have quite a division in the community as to those who recognize what has come before and those who want to believe the current lie. Sub-Zero, both Kwai and Bi-Han are Chinese. As for Scorpion, I don't know how you missed he was Japanese. Really, he looks white to me. I mean, these characters look white in the game. We got -1. We got downvoted. Okay. Well, his name is Kuai Liang. White people can have all sorts of names. Marco Polo had a crazy name when he ended up in China. Right? He had a crazy Chinese name or something. He was a white man from Venice. People are really revisionist in history. Yes, at least in the original timeline, he was Chinese, half white. Gotcha, thanks. First appearance by Kuai Liang, unmasked in MK2 is Asian. In Trilogy and MK3, he's obviously a white guy. But what kind of white guy is he? He's a buff white guy. Do you see this? This is, I think, MK3 was when they were still using this kind of pixelated real world people to portray characters. What is this Running Man? What is this Running Man animation? I'm dying at it. But he's masculine. Do you see this? He has way more muscles than what you're seeing on Sub-Zero here. No one here is allowed to have broad shoulders, by the way. Which kind of leads to everyone looking like surfboards. They're all just sort of flat and surfboardish. Like, where's your body? Where are these people's bodies? They're just all sort of like flat and surfboardish, which is unfortunate because we are truly erasing things like muscles, body frame, build, stature from what it means to be masculine in an attempt to satisfy the young Gen Z communists who insist on calling good-looking guys hegemonic masculinity. What? So it's mind-blowing that we have come so far from what it meant to be like man and woman, and this is being forced down our throats in the entertainment we consume. Moving forward, we have here MK11. I feel like MK11 had a better understanding of masculine and youthfulness and old, because we got old Sub-Zero, we got young Sub-Zero, we even got white Sub-Zero in the form of Dimitri Vegas. But I shan't show his face. But I feel like MK11 had a better understanding of like the differences between masculine and feminine, and even having different body types, because we had like Terminator build, we had Gearus build, Kotal Khan build. Those characters were more beefier than, you know, the more slighter frames of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I think like where we can really see the downfall though is like comparing Deadly Alliance. Deadly Alliance, I'm so surprised. Sub-Zero used to be a daddy. He's fully white. He's looking very like Quicksilver or like Magneto. I'm getting like Magneto or Quicksilver vibes from him. It's very interesting. So this is the default Deadly Alliance not Scorpion, Sub-Zero. Let's make this picture bigger. Who's more ripped? Who looks like they would be better suited for the WWE? And that's one thing I love about the WWE, is that they're not afraid to have super masculine guys on roids. Not Chris Benoit. But they're not afraid to have super roided guys that are super masculine, super muscular. And they weren't afraid of it back in Deadly Alliance era. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that I played these games. During this time when these games came out, I was in university. I was working on a career. I was living the life. Like, I wasn't playing video games. But it's such a shame to see that we used to have these super masculine men, and the inspiration for the Deadly Alliance Sub-Zero outfit is way more meaningful than what we eventually got here. Why does he look so skinny? Why does he look so lame? Like, why is he gay and lame? Put a chick in it and make it gay and lame. Like, why are they doing this to us? This is a lie. This is a scam. This is a ripoff. God, Deadly Alliance original Sub-Zero looks way better. I love the oversized like medallions on Sub-Zero as opposed to what we got here. You don't even get a medallion here. Like, imagine if you had like a cute little Lin Kuei symbol as a medallion. That would have been nice. Look, he's wearing like Speedo pants. He's got baggy pants here. Where's the bulge? This is how they're erasing masculinity. They're taking away muscles. They're taking away bulges. They're taking away booty. These guys are supposed to be built like surfboards. Just flat and long. Like, I don't get it. It's removing what it means to be man. It's removing what it means to be women. Because this kind of stature I would have expected on female wrestler. Not on male wrestler. Look at him. He's so ripped. Not to mention, over how many years has it been since Deadly Alliance and they couldn't have been bothered to update the particle effect? Like, this is so lazy, this icy hand situation. It looks so stupid. It looks ugly. Imagine if they made it, like, translucent. Or, like, you know, lots of, like, frosty, smoky effects coming off of it. Like, there's no vapors. Like, imagine deadly vapors or something. Like, there's so many ways they could have improved upon this costume. But what you got here is a real showing that what you have in Sub-Zero and all the other guys here on the roster are just gay twinks. Yes, they're muscular. But they're just all the same. They're all just effing gay twinks in condoms on their head. This doesn't make sense. I can't. I really can't with this game. I don't know how people are getting on with this game. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Not to mention, it's a lie. It's a scam. You're being ripped off. Like, how many other ways must we bend over for this company to screw us? We don't even get the tight-fitting pants. Why? Why? Why must we make the characters look like this? Generic. Gender non-conforming. Why must we make all of the characters look this way? Oh, that's right, because we're heading towards a Marxist society where hegemonic masculinity is being thrown around as an insult by the lefty Gen Z wokies in my comments, telling me that masculine guys aren't needed. You don't need a masculine guy. You can have a roster full of gay twinks and just eat it up. Eat it up, my friends. Why? I refuse. So it's just really sad to see that Mortal Kombat 1, yes, it's heavily monetized. Yes, game was rushed. Yes, there was no gameplay. Yes, their Combat League is broken and unfair. It's been that way since MK11. I've been telling people to abuse it. But it's unfortunate that it's just permeating the basics of character design. This is why games like Street Fighter have 4 to 5 times more people in active players in the player base. It's because they have respect for the players. They're not trying to treat the players like they're living in dystopian Oceania from 1984, where everyone has to listen to Big Brother. And also listen to, you know, whoever Ed Boon calls good, we must all bow down and praise. Whoever he says is bad, we must, you know, come at with pitchforks and torches. Like, what? No. I choose to think. I choose to think. I choose to see. This is why I compare and contrast all the time. Because you must take a look at what's happening to us in the real world, too. The real world is very significant factor in all of this. Because it's why we're having, you know, Scorpion become less ripped. Look how good he was in Deadly Alliance. This actually looks more golden than what we got in the game. Also, he has the chain kunai, but instead we have rope dart. Rope-a-dope. Fun. Mark, hello. OMG, thank you for joining the fam. God bless you. Thank you for supporting the channel. J-Ro, do you delete MK1? No. I'm going to be playing it more. Don't worry. I love to take advantage of the glitches. That's what we're going to do. I told y'all Street Fighter 6 was better. Yeah. I agree. Sentinel, they tried for more realistic and fumbled horribly. So I like the idea of where they were going for, like, maybe, let's say, MK11, because I feel like the characters were looking very realistic. But you still had, you know, big boobs, big bulges. Like, did you ever do Kotal Khan's fatality? The one with the totem on Shao Kahn? His, like, crotch flap would go up and you can see his bulge. Like, these characters still are masculine and feminine, but when you come to MK1, they look realistic, but in a totally bad way. Like they've been neutered or something. They've been spayed and neutered, because there ain't no bulges. Where to bulge? Season of Sub-Zero skin look hella nice, though. Oh, you're talking about costume number 3? Costume number 3 on average looks better than everything else in the game, so yeah. And the one for Sub-Zero is probably one of the better ones existing in the game. Like, my top 3 picks would have been Natara, Sub-Zero, and Melina. Reptile is also in there. I like Reptile. But that's like, what, 4 out of 24 costumes, 23 costumes. Kenshi's is bad. I don't like katanas either. I'm weak. Yo, monkey, you're so right. DA Sub-Zero looks like the Cassie Cage Sub-Zero cosplay skin. OMG, what a great comparison. Not that it's the Sub-Zero cosplays. Yeah, it really does look like that. God damn. You can't unsee it once you see it. Great job. Great job, monkey. Because this is a problem, right? Like, it becomes even more clear that these guys were feminized in order to make this roster. Can't have bulges down there. Can't have muscles. Gotta make them femmy. I mean, just ignore the boobs, right? Just don't look at the boobs. But this is totally Deadly Alliance Sub-Zero. F. 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 Why is it so bad? That's not Sub-Zero. That's +1. Oh, no. Not +1. Chinese Ninja Warrior, your heart's so cold. Oh no. LOL, that sounds like a song, Psyops. I love it. You'd see his rib cage. LOL, Jaded, they couldn't give Bihan his Deadly Alliance default because the bandolier would be loose on him. Like, dang. Oh my god. But he's so sexy. Come now. Come now. We should have gotten this. He looks so cute. I would have rather had this over what we got here. Like, which one would you rather? Who would you rather? Who would you rather be topped by? This dude? Or this one? He's gonna... Maybe we can find the George's Chihuahua. George's Chihuahua, and then RPDR challenge. Like, there was the part where they had to, like... Anyways, it's a reference. I can't find it. It's probably copyrighted anyways. But there was this really twinky boy, and he had to pop a balloon by pressing his front section against one of the pit stop crew members. It was just so hilarious. Like, he was not a top. You could tell he wasn't a top. So who would you rather be topped by? This guy? Or George's. Not George's. Those were good times. The men and women were both allowed to slut it up. Exactly. Make them all sluts. You know, when I was younger, I used to listen to, like, alternative rock music until I found sluts. And then I was like, oh my god, this slut music is way better. Like Madonna. Like Samantha Fox, the like Spice Girls, like all of the sluts. Give me. Yeah. Grizzle Daddy Sub-Zero for the win, right? I know. I mean, how could anyone argue with this? Like, and when you see it side by side, it's so clear that there is political propaganda happening to turn these guys into women. Scarlet arms were anemic in MK1. LOL, were they? Meanwhile, MK Deadly Alliance subs pecs could deflect bullets. Yeah, look at how ripped he is. It's such an obvious downgrade from what we get in MK1. But the shills are gonna say, oh my god, we got our nostalgia skin. Oh my god, we got our Deadly Alliance Scorpion skin. Except he was way more ripped. Way more man-like. This looked cool. Look how veiny he is. I wish we had veiny muscles. Veiny eggplant. You know, there is no veiny eggplant. They chopped off the eggplant. Fuck. Sub-Zero has shoulder pads to make up for his lacking physique. Not that he's rocking Joan Collins shoulder pads to make up for the physique. Ben Brady, they should have made a tag game mode. Yes. Okay. So, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But you know what? Let's keep it moving. So, I could just spend all day reading the comments. Leave a comment on the video after it goes up. It really helps out too. Also, it helps with discussion and conversation because I'm not trying to reach only people who agree with me. I don't want an echo chamber. I never want that. Because actually, I'm really grateful that this guy called me an hegemonic masculine, because now I have this video in response. But it's really clear that the younger set are being influenced into more and more Marxist ideologies, like hegemonic masculinity, like reparations, like equity. All of these things are very communist. And I'm living it in Canada. Canada is way more socialist than the US. And I feel like we're in the same boat as like China or Russia. Jesus. And you can't blame the civilians. You have to blame the government. The government is really the ones who are pushing this. So I have a real world example of how they're erasing masculinity, gender, femininity. They're erasing all of that, whatever it means, whatever it meant prior to 2000. It's all gone. And this is coming from CBC Kids News. Yes, so this is intended for children as well. This is coming from the government. It's a Canadian public broadcast service funded by taxpayer dollars. So this is what my tax dollars are paying for. Let's watch.
Aww. Hi, baby. Are you a boy or a girl?
Funny you should ask, Sid. One of the first things they check when a new baby is born is what kind of body parts they have. They do that to determine a baby's sex. Most of the time, it's easy to determine, and sometimes it's more complicated.
This one has a penis. It's a boy!
Why are they teaching children this? Like, honestly, why are they teaching children this in Canada? Like, this is effed up. And of course, it's not white people. It's like Asian people, white doctor.
This one has a vulva. It's a
not the vulva. I drive a vulva. Some people drive vulvas.
girl. Congratulations.
Whoa, let's hit the brakes, people. The way your body looks on the outside is only part of the story.
No, bitch. No, bitch. It's all of the story. It is all of the story. I don't know where people got this idea that you can just be whatever you want whenever you wake up. Like, it can change midway through the day. Like, if you don't know what you are, how am I supposed to know what you are? So don't give me that BS. It's only part of the story. It's all of the story. If you have genuine gender dysphoria, that's tragic. I mean, people shouldn't be so happy to jump on to a bandwagon in what? Social clout, political clout? Like, why do this? It's also delusional. So it's unfortunate that this is the public messaging coming from the Canadian government being shoveled into children. And I have nephews, they're teenagers. I ask them, do they teach you this stuff in school? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, go get a girlfriend. Ask out a girl for the prom. And they're like, all the girls wear sweatpants. And I'm like, what? They all dye their hair pink. What? So the girls nowadays, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're calling themselves something else. Anyway.
What?
Stay with me, gang. This is important. Hi, little one. Your sex refers to your physical body parts, remember? But there is also something called gender, which is how you
feel. So what's really scary is that, like, here in Canada, these feelings that can change with the weather, that can change with the direction of the wind. This is like protected group status. So, like, you know what? It's so confusing. And people are being sent to jail, people are being fined, people are being re-educated in a manner akin to this, which is being shoveled onto kids.
feel inside your body and who you know yourself to be. And your gender, how you feel on the inside, doesn't always match the sex you were called when you were born.
Oh.
That's why we have Sub-Zero. 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 What's the difference? There is none. Duh, can't you tell? They're the same. That's man. That's also man. Man. That's why we have this shit, because it's people like Dominic Cianciolo who's eating up this socialist Marxist idea of erasing gender and pushing it onto people. It's part of the Wikipedia. It's Marxist. It's fucking Marxism. I don't know why people aren't seeing this. So I'm really scared here in Canada. One of these days, the thought police, there's a laser on my forehead. I'm gone. You know, like, I'm toast. I am really scared.
Okay.
Let's say you were born with a penis and you feel like a boy inside. In that case, your sex and your gender match.
Okay, this is too much. I can't. I really can't. It's too much. So, I mean, if you want to see the whole thing, it's called Gender Explained CBC Kids News. But this kind of leftist, woke, government, political propaganda that's being given to children, it's also being put into the video games, the roster of the characters that we used to enjoy. We are the cucks here, where we watch the corporations fuck these characters sideways into tomorrow. All in the name of profit, because, like I said, it's the governments also who want this, right? The governments want it, so the corporations have to want it too. Otherwise, they're not going to get loans from banks that are regulated by the government, right? They're not going to get loans. They can't do their projects. So they have to have this idea of this is Sub-Zero and this is Sub-Zero. And we must forget what came before. We must redefine women, man, gay, straight. All of this shit must change in our lexicon, contrary to common sense. Okay, so I have another thing here. This is another real-world example, and I think it's important for people to know just how far gone Canada is. So I'm not gonna read all of the words because the words are very spicy, but you can read for them yourself. It says, "I must be destroyed. Woman seeks medically assisted care. When a person in an immense pain and no treatment can help them under the current system, people are left to suffer grievously, which is a cruel and unusual punishment, says Savannah. Yes, this is a thing, and this is Savannah. So this is a thing that happens here in Canada where medical assistance in care has been legal since 2016, and then we got the protected groups changing in 2017. It's all so much. Has since been reserved for the terminally ill as a merciful way. The intent of the original legislation was to help from lots of pain. However, this person has suffered severe mental anguish, and that's her only problem. And she's getting this mental anguish from her identity. Also, she was a miscreant as a younger child. This article is long. It's an interesting read. It's also very depressing because you find out that this person didn't wait for the government. Yikes. So there's a really strange dystopian communism happening here in Canada. This is from this year, February 2023. Things are happening here where people are relying on the government to give them operations, special care, such as this. Like, the government is in charge of everything here in Canada. They can even take away your money if you go protest. Right? Like, this is scary shit. And I see it being envisioned so boldly in Mortal Kombat 1. Because you know what Canada is exporting? Gender identity politics. And I see it, and it's so worrisome. And now it's in the game that I play, so this is crap. I hate this game. Why play? But we will be playing this game later on today because I want to get advantages by glitches. So let's see what you guys are saying. I would really love to know what you guys think, especially about what's happening here in Canada. I know most of you aren't from Canada, but I think you should just look to your brothers and sisters to the north to kind of see what's going to be happening in about 5-10 years' time in the States. We're your testing ground. This is what they're testing out on us. That's what's gonna happen to you guys. It's scary. Okay, D-Max. I prefer the variation system over the crap cameo system. Yes, I agree. I have family in Quebec. Yes, I was born in Quebec as well. That sounds like nightmare. Yes, it is kind of nightmare. Upside down, right side up, crisscross. Oh gosh. Brian. Love you, brother. Mark, as the toll had been paid, I have not deleted it, but it's more of a subject of study than a game to play to have fun. Exactly. That's how I feel, Mark. That's how I feel as well. Because the game isn't fun, but it's interesting to see how many different ways you can break it. It is such a breakable game. Gender equals feelings. I feel like a billionaire, so now you should all give me your money, otherwise you're all bigots. LOL. Sex isn't determined by what you can see on the inside, it's what you can see in a microscope. Science don't exist no more, Mark. People don't like algebra. Oh yeah, because we had a comment here too. Let's see. Algebra. I replied, you confuse me. Anti-white, most of the characters are white. So I said, someone thinks basic algebra is oppressive. These people don't do math. These people don't do science. They're relying on feelings. Look at it. Look at it. Side by side. We got scammed. Look. Even look at the other one. I would have rather Daddy Sub-Zero. That's why I show him. But this one's okay too. Look, blue eyes. Where's the blue eyes? No blue eyes? Oh, okay. Lame. Put a chick in it. Make it gay and make it lame. Love Cartman. Peak MK in some ways. Oh no. Agree with chat. Generally, I see MK as the pro wrestling of fighting games. We don't want realistic bodies, ignoring the fact that people with those bodies are real. Exactly, Merc. Yeah. That's why I draw allusion to like wrestling here, because this guy is totally ripped for WWE. And I think a lot of us who enjoy Mortal Kombat also have that interlap of liking professional wrestling. So it's weird to see, this is now the professional wrestler. Everyone's looking like Ricochet. Ricochet's gay, by the way. Cordal. Creatures that because without violence nobody would be here. Yes. Yes. Violence. That's the only thing going for MK. And honestly, I find the gore a little bit too much. Maybe I'm just older. Some of the gore from Omni-Man, like popping the eye out, I can't. I can't with it. I wanted to see more masculine men in MK1 too. We didn't get it. What's wrong with a muscular guy? Asks Kara. It once again going back to the comment I received, the hegemonic masculinity. This is who they're appealing to. This is who this game was made for. The Gen Zs who have this kind of leftist Marxist idea of hegemonic masculinity, where the patriarchy is oppressive and anything glorifying patriarchy is bad, abhorrent, sacrilegious. So we must not have masculine men in games anymore. Does anyone have the MK11 rat and premium shop? It's in the description. Check out the description, my friend. I appreciate your analysis of larger cultural trends, including the insanity and hypocrisy therein. Using MK as a starting point, but far the ending one. No, it's definitely not the ending point. I do try to frame all of this stuff happening like real world in Canada within the context of Mortal Kombat. I think that gives me a little bit more leeway about what I can say, but it is really shocking when you see things that are happening real world now being forced into the game. And I guess like Canada's on an advanced schedule, we're getting the communism before you guys. So yeah. LOL, I'm bad. I'm sorry, Chill Nation. Lord Raiden, I need help. How do I get more MK11? I'm sorry, my friend. Join the fam. Heal infinite time. Yeah, okay. Nasreen, what I think I look like versus what I actually look like. Exactly. I wish I looked like this. He's sexy. I'd get everyone if I was him. And MK11 skins and characters were a lot cooler than MK1. It's like going to McDonald's and mom says we have burgers at home. Personally, I always choose the food my mom makes as opposed to getting fast food. Yeah, fast food is overrated. Don't get it. Found out you don't have to close the game to use clock bug and having fun with it. I still have to close the game because sometimes it doesn't register the change for me. Mark, I think you think I may be implying choices to manipulate people and distract from facts, you are right. Oh no. Regardless of one's personal stance on the issue, it's quite difficult to overlook the fact that the Canadian government made. Yeah. So it's a really like it's a whitewashing of the idea of the concept. 'Cause we're living in Soylent Green. I don't know what to say. Canada's just the worst example. Don't come here. But it's made of humans. They're people. But that's what's happening here. Like they're just whitewashing it to make it sound really nice. Like it's a maid. She comes over and cleans for you. Maid. Anyways, so Mortal Kombat 1, down the shitter. You're not a man. No one's allowed to be men. You can't like men. Yay! Wonderful. Can't be gay anymore. You gotta like the masculine Vagoo. Yes. Fuck.
There's just so much wrong with this game. And it's politics. The politics is too much. Anyways, love you guys so much. I'm praying for all of you to just be having a wonderful time. Please do consider joining the fam like my dearest brother, Mark Powell. Really does help keep me alive. And much love to all of my brothers and sisters here in the live stream chat, including Just Drew, Leo, Fox, Swishbish, Cara D, Sorcerer, OMG. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And love you guys too for making it to the very end. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out. But until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.